Can I get your opinion on the best brand of dog food?
Like, I
Tape.
A questi gatti. Bravo, ma che vuoi? Diglielo. Ah.
Oh my god.
He's a real Mexican.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're, well, adopted.
I don't think I've ever been more skeptical yet pleasantly surprised by a recipe than this one. Yes, that is me making a pepperoni pizza with a tortilla wrap and a Caesar salad, and yes, that is also me combining the two, and no, you will not regret doing the same. These Caesaroni wraps are ridiculously good.
So, to shock no one, I like it a lot. I use one of the carb balance wraps that have 28 grams of fiber each. The recipe calls for 2, so be careful of that. I didn't have any pepperoni, so I used different toppings, and I used one of these salad kits, which means I have a little bit left over, but that means I get this and that. Come on, that's pretty good. That is.
The day you started lifting is the day you became forever small, because you will never be as big as you want to be.
Did you eat your protein today?
We often buy a thing because we think it's going to complete us, but it does the opposite. It incompletes us. It gets in the way. Anything that gets in the way is clutter. The minimalists came up with these 16 rules for living with less. They're not really rules.
So this guy was about to win his first Olympic marathon one day when a stranger just suddenly started trying to push him to the ground. But his actions actually ended up backfiring in the most ironic way. You see, during the 2004 Summer Olympics, Vanderlei de Lima had a commanding 30-second lead late into the marathon event. But 35 kilometers into the 42-kilometer race, a random Irish priest named Cornelius Horan just suddenly jumped out from the crowd and grabbed him, preventing him from running. He later claimed that he was just doing it to spread the gospel and to prepare people for the second coming of Christ. And although spectators were able to quickly get the guy off of Vanderlei, he lost around 10 precious seconds, but more importantly, his entire rhythm and concentration were just completely thrown off. Despite desperately trying to recover, 2 other runners quickly passed him, and he ended up finishing in just 3rd place with the bronze medal. But even though Vanderlei had been on track to become the first Brazilian to ever win gold in the marathon event, he actually didn't seem upset at all. He crossed the finish line with the widest smile, happily congratulated his opponents, and accepted his loss with humility. As a result, he was later awarded the extremely prestigious Pierre de Coubertin Medal for sportsmanship, an honor only 17 athletes had ever received before. And when he was even invited back to the Olympics 12 years later to have the incredible honor of lighting the cauldron, the Irish priest who had pushed him was actually furious. In Cornelius' own words, "When I saw him on TV, I really got angry. You would be nowhere near the star you are if not for me." As it turns out, after Cornelius had been fined and removed from being a priest for interfering with the race, he had actually apologized to Vanderlei and asked to meet him. But since Vanderlei never responded, Cornelius just began publicly blasting his character, saying he had no basic human decency and insinuating that he should be grateful to him for making him famous. And since Vanderlei still just never acknowledged him, Cornelius apparently never got over it and is probably still upset to this day. So this guy was about to win his first Olympic marathon one day when a stranger just suddenly started trying to push him to the ground. But his actions actually ended up backfiring in the most
Remember when Christian Bale like yelled at that dude on the Terminator set?
Yeah.
So I was like 12 years old when that audio came out. You want me to trash your fucking lights? You know, it's distracting, right? And I remember hearing that, and I was 12. I was like, what an asshole. Fuck Christian Bale. You're Batman, dude. You're yelling at like a lighting, dude. 10 years later, I made one movie. I was like, what the fuck did that lighting guy do?
Yeah.
To make Christian Bale so mad that he even knew who he was. And then I did some digging, and it's like the guy was in the shot.
Yep.
He was on his phone, and Christian Bale's trying to cry to a Terminator.
Ooh.
He's a 35-year-old man trying to cry to a robot in a bad movie. Like,
yeah, that's horrible.
Like he's trying to cry halfway through a bad movie, and there's a lighting guy fucking around in his shot.
The lighting guy's over there doing these things. And
Yeah. Remember when Christian Bale like,
Dang, that's a big bull. Stay there. You better get back.
An experienced shooter on a musket could fire 3 shots a minute. All right, on average, it took 30 seconds to fire 1 shot. Modern day AR-15s, traditionally, if it's a stock model, holds about 30 rounds in a magazine. Now, you can customize that and make it carry more, sure, but the staggering statistic is that these AR-15s can empty this 30-round magazine in 5 seconds, is the possibility.
So that's totally correct. The question is, what was the founders' intent when they put the Second Amendment? For example,
yes.
to play out, and I'm not trying to pick on you,
no,
but for example, you say the founders only want or thought that, okay, musket, Second Amendment. Did they only think First Amendment, parchment and paper, not Twitter?
I'm sorry, can you rephrase?
If the Second Amendment was only intended to cover muskets, is the First Amendment only intended to cover letter writing, not talk on the internet?
That's a good point. An experience.
Yesterday I mentioned that I've lost 3 times. This question is asking what are the other.
Just because you have the last word, that doesn't always work. In civil.
Stop getting your friends to help you move for some pizza. Like, we're not 17 years old moving into a college dorm. We have too much crap. We have too much crap. Trying to save money on moving. Hiring professional movers is always the right choice for me. The stress of family, tempers, and fatigue is too much. Mammoth resist. Chef's kiss on this one. Thank you for this. Thank you for saying the quiet part out loud. Okay, so here's the deal. The average cost to hire professional movers is about $1,700. So if you know you're gonna move, usually this is not like on a dime super urgent. So save up and hire movers if you can. I understand this is a luxury. A lot of people don't have this kind of money. And so they go and, rent the giant truck for a few $100 and get a bunch of friends and family to help out. But I'm telling you, I'm 36 years old. My back is breaking over here. Don't try to get me to help you move. I'd rather support your GoFundMe to hire movers than to actually lift anything that you own. Stop getting...
I'm a licensed pharmacist in 4 states, and today I'll be showing you pharmacy scams and what to buy instead. Whoa, baby, you better save this one because it's gonna blow your mind hole. First, we have Pepsid Complete here, not to be confused with Pepsid AC. This is an acid reducer, and it's a great combination. It has famotidine in it, which helps reduce stomach acid, but it takes a minute to work. But it also has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide, which neutralize stomach acid much quicker. So that theory...
I did a few years of the Air Force pilot training program. I ended up separating early, though, to pursue the adoption of 5 Afghan refugee boys, and they all received their U.S. citizenship the legal way. Wow. You brought up the point of migration into the state and the immigration, and I think 2 of the large populations here are the Somalian population and the Afghan population. What would you say is the solution, the boots on the ground solution for our generation to be addressing that problem?
We have to drastically reduce legal immigration as well as illegal immigration. Not because we don't like the people, not because these are bad people necessarily, some of them are, but because no country can absorb an unlimited number of a foreign population. It's simply not possible. It's no knock on them. It just does not work. If someone comes here at a very, very young age, the odds that they are going to assimilate to culture, especially being raised in a family from that culture, are pretty good. If someone comes here at age 30 and it's an migrant and they don't want to learn the language and they don't want to assimilate and they're going to live in their own ethnic enclaves and commit crime, it's just not going to happen. And so we have to drastically reduce immigration because immigration is not a right for anybody, exactly, and it's not just about ticking up GDP, and America's not just an idea, it's a real country, and real countries have real traditions and have real people, and we have to be able to say, look, we're a country that at various times has let in a lot of immigrants. We're also a country at various times that is basically
home swing.
Hi there. This is Big Olaf's ice cream at Waskesiu in Prince Albert National Park. So what I have here on the top is
So this guy accidentally left his phone recording during a surgery one day, and what he heard on it was just terrifying. You see, back in 2013, a man with the initials DB was about to get a routine colonoscopy when he just decided to use his phone to record some post-procedure advice from his doctors. He was then put under anesthesia and brought to the operating room. But little did DB know, he'd actually forgotten to stop recording. As it turns out, while he was asleep, Dr. Tiffany Ingham not only repeatedly mocked him for getting queasy while looking at his IV needle, she even said that she wanted to punch him in the face to man him up a little bit.
I wanted to punch you in the face and man you up a little bit.
On top of that, she could be heard
My wife and I put our children through college, bought them cars, and provided for them till they moved out. To this day, we still pay their phone bills in spite of the fact that our oldest child is a doctor and our youngest is a manager for a high-end retail company. Both earn six-figure salaries. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we were hit with 2 natural disasters last year, a flash flood and a fire to our home. We didn't have flood insurance, but were able to cash flow the repairs for the flood and our deductible for the fire. We currently only have 3 debts, 2 vehicles, which replaced the ones that we lost in the flood, and our mortgage is $47,000. Even though our children earn 4 to 5 times what we make, they say, according to your teachings, in parentheses, they have no obligation to help us. They have told us, well, Dad, Dave Ramsey says to allow you to sink or swim because your debt is your obligation. Are we wrong to ask them for help, or are they interpreting your advice incorrectly?
Well, first thing is, it's weird when you pay your grown kids bills of any kind, including their phone bill. And you know whose fault that is, Robert? Yours. You should have cut that off when they left home. I don't pay Rachel's dadgum phone bill. I don't pay her Netflix bill.
Denise
Don't pay
does
her
have
gas
Bill's
bill.
Netflix password, though.
Well, I didn't give it to her.
Besides the point.
When you raise children, and as part of raising them, you buy them a car and pay for their college, and when they leave college and they become successful adults, they're not in debt to you. That was like your job. You're the dad. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, I changed your diaper, so you need to send me to France on a vacation. What? I've heard this crap my whole life. I do not understand it. Your children are not obligated to any of you because you did your job as a mother or a father. They are not in debt to you because you fed them, period. So the entitlement that is dripping through this, Robert, my disgust with your entitlement, yes, that is my teaching. That's a disgusting entitlement, that you should think that your children owe you something because you were just simply a father and did what you were supposed to do. My children are not obligated to me. Now, I have never said, Dave Ramsey says allow you to sink or swim because your debt isn't our obligation. That's not phrasing and verbiage that I would use. So either your children have added drama to what I say or you have. I'm not sure who. What I would say is it's not their job to take care of their mom and dad. They're not morally or ethically obligated to do that. Now, if they are able and mom and dad are in a pinch and they want to give mom and dad some money because there's somebody that I love and they're hurting, I've never said not to do that, but that's way different than being obligated by the fact that you simply did your job as their dad. That's different.
Let's say you invested $1,000 into gold in the year 1989. Why 1989? Well, I'm a big Swiftie, and it's also the year I was born, and I'm a big fan of me. The price for 1 ounce of gold.
Why is Love Island called Love Island when there's probably more STDs there than people actually in love? Because based off the clips that I've seen of Love Island, all I've seen is a twerking competition, people love bombing each other, and people hooking up with one another in the first 2 days of meeting. Like, that's love to you? Like, what kind of sick and twisted version of love is that? That to me sounds like manipulation. Why is Love Island called Love?
Hi there. Today I'll be having a Dubai chocolate 360 croissant. Does that look incredibly delicious? Let's dig in. Now, let's try it. It tastes incredible. Hi there.
Many of Valheim's mechanics are poor.
When does life begin?
At first breath.
At first breath. That moral standard of first breath would therefore believe that you could have abortion up until the moment of birth. Life begins at conception. I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can. You're a drummer at a church. You should probably reconsider that, because you are advocating for the most horrific and brutal eugenic, non-Christian abortion policies that I could possibly imagine. I hope you prayerfully reconsider and repent. Thank you for being here tonight.
This event was originally supposed to be a conversation between me and Charlie. Now it will be a conversation about Charlie.
I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and these are 3 things I would never do as a pharmacist. First thing I would never do is buy brand name anything. There's no point. Here's some alternatives to Delsum, much cheaper. Mucinex, there's so many different types, it's so annoying. The active ingredient, and I use that term loosely, is guaifenesin, and a saline neb is much better. Brand name Claritin, I forgot even existed. What was that, 14 bucks? Down here it's for 10. At Walmart it's only $4 and you get like 6 times as many. Benadryl, just go to Dollar Tree, that's what I would do. This was insane, I had no idea this was $21. It's only $1.25 at Dollar Tree.
If you go to gym and counting calorie, I suggest for you from any market in Canada to buy buckwheat. Too many Canadian people don't know what this. Less calorie, big portion, too much nutrition. Better than pasta.
So I love that we all just collectively believe her more because of her accent. She could tell me that a baby.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a realtor.
Uh-huh. What's the heaviest living thing? Well, it's not this. Blue.
Mr. Nixon is an effective leader of his party. The question...
Those spikes? What the heck?
What is your next financial goal?
Sharks, this is Rose. Rose lives alone and sometimes needs help with projects around the house. Like moving heavy furniture or hanging a priceless work of art. So what can she do? Rose has been burned before and she will only let someone into her home that she can trust. Sharks, meet Daniel.
My hero!
Dan is clearly a firefighter and he happens to live in Rose's neighborhood. He's a trusted member of their community, but that's not all. He's also extremely handy.
Oh yeah.
He's very strong, and all firefighters will take care of your prized work of art. That is why I created Hydrant. He soon received a notification from Rose that she needed help with a home project. Dan was able to see the details of the work. He quickly accepted the job. Upon completion, Dan entered the total number of hours that he worked. This submitted an invoice for Rose to pay, and for Dan to get paid, all within the Hydrant platform. Sharks, this is Rose.
I didn't grow up in the 50s and the 60s in this country, a time frame where people who look like me couldn't get behind this lectern and speak to a group of individuals that look like you.
Go back to where you came from.
Please, I have a right.
I know you have a right, but I have to cut this really short.
I have freedom of speech. You've already tried to defraud me and tell me that I can't reference this book, which I will live by and die by. Sir, I'm having my Rosa Parks moment. The Bible says in Jeremiah 13:23, can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or my message is this message. How dare you tell me to give me my message? This is my message. How dare you tell me that? That's my message. I didn't get my time. No, this is crazy. This is crazy. Excuse me. I didn't grow up in the 50s and the 60s in this country, a time frame where people who look like me couldn't get behind this lectern and speak to a group of individuals that look like you.
Go back to where you came from.
Please, I have a right.
I know you have a right, but I have to cut this really short.
I have freedom of speech. You've already tried to defraud me and tell me that I can't reference this book, which I will live by and die by. Sir, I'm having my Rosa Parks moment. The Bible says in Jeremiah 13:23, can the Ethiopian change his skin? Please give us your message. Or my message is this message. How dare you tell me to give me my message? This is my message. How dare you tell me that? That's my message. I didn't get my time. No, this is crazy. This is crazy. Excuse me. I didn't grow up in the 50s and the 60s in this country, a time frame where people who look like me couldn't get behind this lectern and speak to a group of individuals that look like you.
Go back to where you came from.
Please, I have a...
This is the world's largest pizza.
There's no way this item is this rare.
I ordered the giant Sicilian and put everything
I've
you
gotten
have
two
on
to
it.
seven
Thanks,
steps
Buffy.
before I found that thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. You mind if I clip this camera on your hat? Yeah, thank you so much. All right, good luck, man. That was so incredibly expensive.
I've never actually completed one. They're kind of sketch.
We at Nintendo are updating our user agreement.
Costco loses money on hot dogs and chickens, so you trust everything else is a deal. Costco barely uses signs, so you wander and find things you never planned to buy. Costco makes you use huge shopping carts, so whatever you put in feels small and you keep filling. Costco gives out free samples to make you crave things you didn't even want.
There's no way this
Costco
item is
sells
this rare.
bulk, so you buy more than you need.
Like, I've gotten 2 of the summon staffs before I found that thing.
Made to shape them. Costco loses.
Bye, Sophia. I'll see you later. Have a good day, Sophia. Bye, Sophia. I'll see you later. Have a good day, Sophia.
Want to see something cool? Years ago, Fiestaware plates came in this orange color, made from uranium. But this stopped once a few guys figured out how to do nasty things with spicy rocks. Thanks to good old all-American scientists like
We're making the dishes that made other chefs famous. Oops, I dropped the lemon tart. Massimo
Wait.
Bottura. A sous chef drops dessert. Bottura plates the mess. It becomes the most famous dish in modern Italian cooking. Art by accident.
It's tasty.
It's not style over substance. It's banging. Jerk chicken, Ainsley Harrier. Scotch bonnets, charcoal, and 35 million views. This video became the
Ow.
blueprint for jerk chicken in the UK. And Ainsley with it became a worldwide meme.
Ooh, give your meat a good old rub.
Yeah, boy. Smoked salmon pizza, Wolfgang Puck. Created when he ran out of toast for an entree. He threw it on a pizza instead. Caviar, salmon, creme fraiche. Now the signature dish at Spargo. Favorite of the Hollywood stars. It's absolutely delicious. Sometimes signature dishes don't need to be the most common.
Don't scroll. Hang on. I have one question.
Oof.
Will you be my
We're okay,
friend?
we're okay.
Don't scroll.
I can't. I can take anything
Maybe.
you can, and I will do this. Do it. Just do it. I can punch you.
Ow. I do is one.
He has this thing about not being able to be knocked out. Do it! Just do it! He began begging and pleading with me to go ahead and hit
Thought that
him.
was it, man.
And I really didn't want to hit Kaplan. Just do it! But sometimes you just gotta do things that you don't want to do in life.
Option not to accept these.
You're lying. Cat. Oh,
Ow.
Cat.
Ooh.
I wasn't unconscious. I mean, did it knock me down? Yeah.
Ow.
But I wasn't knocked out. I was hurt.
Cap.
Kinda cool.
Oh no. I can't. I can take anything you can, and I will do this. Do it. Just do it. I can punch you. Do it. Oh. Kaplan. He has this thing about not being able to be knocked out. Do it. Kaplan. Just do it. He began begging
That there just in case.
and pleading with me to go ahead and hit him. And I
That's
really
Queen Spider,
didn't
but
want
we're
to hit
gonna
Kaplan.
have to kill her some more.
Just do it. But sometimes you just gotta do things that you don't want to do in life. You're lying. Cat. Oh, Cat.
Getting kind of annihilated right now.
I wasn't unconscious.
No.
I mean, did it knock me down? Yeah. But I wasn't knocked out. I was hurt.
Cap. Oh no. I can't. I can take anything you can, and I will do this. Do it. Just do it. I can punch you. Do it. Oh. Kaplan. He has this thing about not being able to be knocked out. Do it. Kaplan. Just do it. He began begging and pleading with me to go ahead and hit him. And I really didn't want to hit Kaplan. Just do it. But sometimes you just gotta do things that you don't want to do in life.
Clapped. What do we get here? Melee weapon. Not bad. We can probably do it around here. We can probably do it around here.
I'm sorry, I just came on this app and they're telling me that Red Bull tasted positive for and Celsius tested positive for.
Yes, every once in a while you'll see a video like this take off. I remember this specific one of a veterinarian testing it, which makes sense because where else do most people get their human dietary recommendations from? The issue with that is urine tests aren't meant to be dipped directly into products. Usually they're put into the thing that gives, I don't know, yellow snow. It's fun color. Now on to a more important matter.
I drink energy drinks because there's chemicals in it, not in spite of. Oh, try our all-natural. Nothing that occurs in nature is gonna get me where I want to go.
I often get contacted by energy drink companies trying to do a paid partnership, and they always go, we're free from blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, that's the stuff in there that not only makes it taste good, but work. If I wanted to be healthy, I would just drink some coffee, which I do every morning, but sometimes I need to go from here to here as fast as humanly possible. So if any of you are formulating an energy drink and you want to name it, I don't know, all the chemicals, I'm in.
The new iPhones weren't even out for a single day and somebody already did a storage upgrade. And one of the most satisfying displays of ASMR teardowns I've ever experienced, the YouTube channel Director Fang showed step by step how they replaced the stock 256 gigabytes of storage on an orange iPhone 17 Pro Max with a full terabyte. It was originally supposed to be a 2 terabyte upgrade, but the NAND storage that was purchased wasn't compatible with the Scratchgate cellular. That being said, Fang says they're shooting for a proper max out once the proper parts are available. It really gives you some insight as to why Apple's able to charge so much money for more storage on their devices, regardless of how expensive the actual modules are. There's so much precision that goes into taking this thing apart. At one point, they break out a literal CNC mill to grind down the pre-installed storage. All that being said though, if you really trust your phone repair person, it has been possible since day one to up the capacity on these bad fellas. The new iPhones weren't even out for a single day and somebody already did a store.
Once again, you're already told to delay your gratification from your 20s all the way to your 60s, and now telling you to delay it into your 70s once more, right? And sure, maybe you'll have more in your retirement accounts. Maybe you won't if the market goes down, right? We don't know. But the point is this, is all you can control is right now. So what if you could do something with that money right now? And what if that could even pay you higher income each and every...
If you're trying to lose fat, make sure you press the diet button. Now you are on diet mode, and the calories of this meal no longer make you fat.
So obviously this is a great tip. Everyone knows that though. There's another hack people don't talk about enough. Do your shopping at Asian markets. Can you read this? I can't, and if I can't understand the nutrition label, then neither can my body, and the calories don't count. Out of 10. Okay, bye.
If you're trying to lose fat, make sure you press the diet button. Now you are on diet mode, and the...
Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts.
In early fighter aircraft, machine guns were typically mounted on both wings, since the sides offered more space. However, because the barrels faced straight ahead, bullets from either side couldn't hit a central target directly. Even with synchronized sweeping fire from both sides, the hit rate was extremely low.
This is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but... that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are examples of chest physiotherapy where you break down the secretions, mobilize them, allow you to get better faster. Good job, Mom. Great idea. Not a doctor, but that's how it always starts. If you have a massage gun and a sick kid with pneumonia, shake that fluid up.
Does it feel good?
So look at this. This is what we do for cystic fibrosis, a condition where mucus just gets too stuck in their lungs. And this is what we do in the intensive care unit. All of these are